From an older ADBA Colombia club interview featuring the global once-in-a-lifetime dogman Chico Lopez. A courtesy of the Honorable, world-renowned dogman Chico Lopez for the Pitbull Paraguay Association. An excellent article to learn more about this breed. From the hand of a great connoisseur with great merits within the circle. We share with you this exclusive interview for ADBA Colombia. Read, learn and live the American Pitbull Terrier. Good morning Don Chico Lopez. Thank you very much for taking some of your time and giving us this interview to ADBA Colombia Club. We know about your visit to Colombia and we would like you to tell us something about yourself for the fans of the breed. Your background is unique in a global way. From Asia to Alaska to Argentina, you are recognized as a world authority and the authority on the American Pitbull Terrier. Please tell us a little bit of your story in this interview. How long ago did you start with the breed? Chico Lopez. Good morning gentlemen. Starting to work with the breed was a Forrest Gump story. It was in 1996, an incredible year. Something unforgettable. Grand champion Bruno Boy stole my heart. A dog without pedigree, 1 in a billion. The legend of the Bronx. The ace. My great master, and the dog that made Chico Lopez. Undoubtedly something out of series. How this story happened. Today I can't explain it. Something out of the ordinary. That path and that adventure. This dog has already been covered in magazines and articles and books. ADBA Colombia Club. Where did you meet the breed for the first time? Chico Lopez. I started to have interest in the breed around 1991 in the city of Brooklyn, New York. My vision and information obtained was that the pit bull was a killer and dangerous dog, an all-out killer. Some of my brother's friends who were puppets on the street had them trained to guard drugs. I loved their physique and appearance, but I was afraid of them. It was until I moved to the Bronx, New York where Bruno Boy stole my soul, heart and blood. Club ADBA Colombia. Tell us a little bit about your influences and mentors. What people have been fundamental in your path in the American Pitbull Terrier race? Chico Lopez. I'll be very honest with you, my best and most important mentors are my dogs. Learning from the many mistakes I have made with them in my life with dogs. Speaking of human beings, in life we find people who help us. I learned some basic and fundamental steps with the first 2 people I met in dogs. It was the great Big Apple Kennels Don Ralph Reyes, known as the King of New York City, a person I respect and appreciate very much, who introduced me to the sport. When I challenged him as a novice, he took the time to tell me that he was real top-level American Pitbull Terrier. Together we spent the best stories of his life training Grand Champion Haunch and Grand Champion Bruno Boy. Champion Haunch and Grand Champion Bruno Boy on the streets of the Bronx. Imagine, stop and think. Me, young 20-something, on a bike with Bruno Boy at full speed and him on the skateboard with Haunch on Grand Concourse Avenue, the biggest and busiest avenue in all of New York City. Amazing. Through heavy traffic, 2 young dog-crazed men between buses and yellow cabs and police siren, shifting from line to line at full speed, loud-mouthed Bruno dragging me on the bike at extremely high speed and the Haunch beast, full of muscle, tongue out side to side with his mouth open, Ralph on his skateboard, a tough man with the skill of a 15-year-old. From 196th Street to 133rd Street, crazy. Those dogs were iron. Who could imagine 2 mascots that were on their way to becoming 2 amazing legends? Bruno Boy was velvet and iron. Haunch was iron. Wow, what memories. Someday I will write more details of those wonderful days of my life. I have had many friends in dogs, but I learned about betrayal over time. And that's why it's dogs for dogs. The rest is accessory. Follow the dogs, the people will pass. I think the people I respect the most are my friends and associates who never left me. My wife Mrs. Lopez. Without her you cannot achieve all that has been achieved. My son Frank Lopez, Wacky and Ivan Sanchez. These are lions of my corner. Today I add some new ones that time will give the pattern. Club ADBA Colombia. Which dog in specific has generated more influence in your career? Chico Lopez. It is impossible to say a name, because there are levels and each dog has its mark in raising to another level in due time. Obviously Bruno Boy is tattooed in my veins. The spectacular champion awesome buck, best in show, gamest in show, Rom. Cheyenne Rom. Grand Champion Chilindrina Best in Show, Gamest in Show, Dog of the Year. Grand Champion Siga the Great Best in Show, Dog of the Year, among many. But all these legends make you grow. And each one carries a merit and many lessons. You will see that there are men of history made by one dog or two or three dogs. In my case it is difficult, it is 7 grand champions and more than 22 champions. I plan to double that number before my death. It is a journey. Club ADBA Colombia. What is the impact of dog sellers on the breed? How can we recognize them and avoid them? Chico Lopez. The main problem in this subject is that the old dog sellers, many in fact, at a time of their life ended up poor and using their fame as dog sellers. They sold the dogs at the price of a dead rooster, to anyone. Those who did not work the merit and believed that the easy way was to cross and sell, imagining that this would bring them the merit of the dog breeders who worked the dogs in the past. That is, they did not add or select anything to the individuals, hoping one day to be protagonists in the dogs. This was promoted within the Mosqueteros pet owners and a madness was created. Today there are many thousands of ignorant people who believe that the breed is theirs and that they will protect it from the dog breeders. In truth, they are the ones destroying the dog. The other day I saw an advertisement on a gate where it said Chinaman X Blue Nose Bully puppies for sale. This is disgusting. And comes from those who took Chinaman dogs and sold them like crazy. That will not happen with my dogs. I do not sell to the public, and if I ever sold to the public it would never be to someone who needs to sell dogs for a living. On a trip to a European country, I met some dog fanciers who invested in a fantastic and beautiful concrete and iron facility with automatic water systems and electricity. They bought together 26 dogs from a kennel in the USA, black dogs. Well, none of the 26 dogs were of any use, dogs of very poor quality. One of them showed me 3-inch fangs, but the dogs were all stalled. I looked at a city all stopped by the poor quality of dogs from a kennel that sells dogs like crazy. Where the only way today to find quality is to hang papers from other better dogs and lie that they are pure from his. The madness of greed and bad selection, to what level it has reached. When I hear someone say, the dog market, oh it's bad. Breeding is not for everyone. I think there are men who should breed and sell. An example was James Crenshaw. But the word breeder or kennel is a danger for the ignorant. In Portuguese in Brazil, it is not called dog owner. It is called puppy breeder. What a violent failure of language. So an idiot without merit just for being a kennel owner. That makes him think he is capable of creating something new, when in fact he does not have the proven ability to create something of quality. And they cross to the madness any dog with 2 ears, 2 eyes, 4 legs, and there they go. Others by pedigree. What a worldwide disaster. Ignorance and greed is a serious problem. It is the cancer of all breeds and the destruction of them. ADBA Colombia Club. What do you think is the main problem with the breed nowadays? Chico Lopez. Ignorance and uncontrolled breeding for profit only. Club ADBA Colombia. Many people call Pitbull to a great variety of dogs, is this correct? What impact does it have in front of the true American Pitbull Terrier? Chico Lopez. The true American Pitbull Terrier is an incredible animal of fabulous qualities. Created, molded, worked, selected, shown by mystic and virtuous gentlemen and men through an uninterrupted history, under the same rules and standards, always improving. Men of honor, word, respect and courage who could only have dogs that reflected who they are. But nowadays, due to changes in society, the sport dog, pedigree, merit, standard, etc. can also be called purebred. The society where eating meat used to be good. Today, it is vegan. Where being male was the norm, today being gay is modern. Where abortion was a crime, today in some places it is like a haircut. Where being a man of your word was honor, today it's being an idiot. Where bullfighting was a family pastime and cultural heritage, today it is criminal abuse. Where cockfighting was a gentleman's sport, today it is illegal. Mexico is still Mexico in its palenques and nobody cuts their veins. Japan continues with the pit and the prime minister and his son are legends in the sport of dog fighting and nothing bad happened. The world changes and not always the voice of the hardliners is the one that is heard. Club ADBA Colombia. We know that you are a spokesman and great enthusiast of the ADBA, giving your unconditional support. Why the ADBA and not others? Chico Lopez. Everything in the world changes, but the ADBA is the only registry that saw the true American Pitbull Terrier born. A registry of more than 100 years old and exclusively created to register the American Pitbull Terrier. I am a traditional man and support anything that is in pro of the breed. If another organization brings something good, I will support it. Even more so if there is someone that does not add to grow and wants to tear it down to make it of value. I don't get into people's games or novels. I do my thing. Me to mine, and that's it. Everything falls or rises by its weight. I am willing to help any club. As long as they have common sense. I don't give more than a minute in small town conversations. ADBA Colombia Club. Why is it important to attend and support official breed events? Chico Lopez. This part is extremely important. Thanks for the question. The image of the dog has been crushed by the actions of the ignorant. And it is necessary to show the true face of the dog. Restore the true image of the American Pitbull Terrier. Through organized events and tests. Through intelligent seminars, that guarantees the future of the breed before the societies. I am the first person to create a project seminar of the breed as it is Dogmanship 101. Levels 1, 2, 3 and the Chico Lopez Way, Club ADBA Colombia. Tell us about knowledge. Where can we access real knowledge? What is its importance? Chico Lopez. That part is complicated. It is difficult to find people with the capacity of deep knowledge and with practice in hand, of triumphs. It is difficult for someone to talk about something that he has not lived. It is difficult to talk about how to succeed if you have not lived it yourself. And yet not all people know how to connect with an audience and be able to pass on a solid message. I hope that many will learn and grow. It's a process of creating breed ambassadors. That is why the seminars are urgent. The truth has weight and value depending on who speaks it. ADBA Colombia Club. What are your expectations in coming to Colombia? Chico Lopez. For me it is a pleasure to be able to go to Colombia and raise the general level of the American Pitbull Terrier breed in your country. To create a positive impact for good. Basis of how to grow. It is very simple. Raise the level. Plant the seeds from which new leaders will be born. Strengthen them and put them on the right path. It is a process. It is the first time and I am sure it will not be the last. But each time I will see them better and better. Club ADBA Colombia. What advice do you give to those who start with the breed in Colombia? Chico Lopez. Always do things with excellence. Educate yourself very well. See things in a big way and respect the history and mystique of the American Pitbull Terrier. Work wholeheartedly in the clubs. Help the breed. Never cross for the sake of crossing. Know 100% what, why and when to cross. Do not put puppies at random. Follow the example of the men who got far without selling puppies. Educate the society. I hope to see them and help them. I always ask myself what can be the greatest legacy I can make to the American Pitbull Terrier breed? How can I give back a life filled with so many beautiful memories? To be a protagonist of the cutest, craziest and most daring story of APBT worldwide. I look first at the example I set. Even those who criticize or envy me come up with something that is a direct copy of me. I've looked at them saying why Chico bring all his shaved dogs to wild hog hunting trials. And only to see them later doing the same thing. And when asked why they do it they say, well, that's how I look at Chico Lopez. And that makes me happy. Or when I see their installations of their yards already with excellence. Everything is concrete, everything is beautiful. It is an evolution of educating. For example, I already see them traveling and looking for international or global titles. I started all that. In fact, the rules are mine. And they are little things, as the Americans say. I raised their level. I'm not going to spread the Chico Lopez genetics around. In the future, when I see men who think and do like me, I'll be there. But only under those conditions. Which is what I think would be most impactful for me to leave to them if I leave my example to follow, my genetics. The most important thing that I left is the example and the desire to dream. So yes, it is to dream. Talking to my friend in Ukraine, I was telling him, and you do this and you take her there and then this and then that and then the other and you go like this, and when you come to see it is legendary. That's how I dreamed about every dog. That's why there are dogmen. A dream. I dream always and I do it awake. I look at the dream and I look for it in my reality. I get hungry and I stay hungry in my desires to dream more. So what if I make 3 more grand champions and about 10 champions more? So what if I outdo myself? If I can. Then if anyone can start like that from the daring novice. And always with humility plus with lots and lots of confidence. And know when I made a mistake it's my fault. No excuses. Chico Lopez never followed anyone. He followed the dream of a dog catcher who only exists in his head. I hope to see you at the chasm. And when they get there, know that my words and Dogman examples had a positive impact on their lives. Your friend, dog catcher Chico Lopez.